deliberation to give us time. I'm trying to see the standing order which will let you inside, but I don't have anything unless I consult.
They are members. They are members. They are members.
Okay. Thank you, honorable members. I'm advised the honorable members should be inside. Yeah. You know, it is important we consult one another.
There is no way you can discuss a member while he is inside.
What is wrong?
No, that one no.
You have to discuss me, I'm here.
Yeah, you are here, but
it is standing order. The standing order 184.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair. I think from the grounds there is nothing that you are raising about me that is personal. It is regional. And as a member of parliament, I have a right to sit in this committee so that we discuss the regional issues that we are raising on the grounds.
Okay, Chairman, give me time. There is also a precedent that the honorable member can be there as a witness, so it is important when it's inside. That's why I'm consulting. I want to be fair because we are going with a matter which is very important. Because it's a matter for vote of no confidence. Actually, we are also lucky because the voting is a secret, and Article 196.2 gives us the right, any matter we have to solve through election. So, through the voting, secret voting. So I don't see any issue when they are inside. And also it's good then they let know their problem so we can proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Let me say that today is going to be my lowest moment in this parliament. If you can sit here today.
Order. I think we request because the name, because of you need to say your name. Because also sometimes I don't have the full names.
Tom Odega is my name. MP Nyatike, a member of this committee. When we met here last time, we met as a committee. And when we are meeting as a committee, it's committee to decide. It's very shocking to come back in the same committee to discuss issues which are not related to this committee. When I listen to the mover of the motion, my brother, Honorable Sankok, bringing issues to a committee which are not related to this committee. Like when you talk of Meli coming from Nandi, are we discussing Nandis from here in this committee? Do we have any agenda related to Nandi here? When you talk of regional balancing of people coming from where, we want issues related to labor committee, which we are discussing here as a labor committee. But if you want to bring issues related to the regions into this committee, then we have no business being in this committee. We need to respect this committee. We need to have our own ground rules to guide us in this committee. But if we are going to bring everything, I bring Nyatike here, we discuss as a committee, then we have no business being here. We can go back to the house and discuss those things there. The issues related to the committee are related to the departments which we are under. If you bring them here and our leaders fail to manage them here, then we kick them out. But coming here to kick somebody out because he's coming from Nandi, he's coming from Bungoma, those are not related things to our committee here. We want issues which are related to the committee we are discussing here. But those petty issues of party outside there, when we are here, we don't have parties. We are a committee of parliament deliberating issues related to this committee, not issues brought to us which are not related to this committee we are sitting in. Please, I'm very sorry for that. If we are going back to discuss issues outside to pass vote of no confidence in the leaders we elected here, I'm not going to be party to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Now we can go to Honorable Sossion.
Yeah, thank you, Acting Chair. It's very unfortunate for this committee that we are meeting to engage in one of the most reckless activity. I'm Wilson Sossion, nominated Member of Parliament representing workers. And my desire has been to see business progress in this committee. We were looking forward to the induction session so that we can prepare ourselves for business. But it's very unfortunate that we are trying to entertain not only a reckless that unconstitutional motion here of moving a vote of no confidence in the chair and the vice chair, who have not even exercised their mandate. We were here in a properly convened meeting, and we were all very sane. I'm not sure whether some of us have regimes of sanity and insanity, that when we leave this committee we change our minds. We are trying to skirt around this issue. This is super manipulation, and it's going to affect our harmony and relationship and working together here. When you get down to the dynamics of where this matter originated, if indeed this motion was signed through gunpoint or dictatorship to some of you, members of Jubilee, then what precedents are we setting for this National Assembly? The National Assembly, as per the Constitution 2010 of Kenya, ought to be independent from the executive. Ought to be. And it should be. That is the Constitution. And when a section of a party moves somewhere to craft something very reckless of this nature, we don't expect good business to progress in this committee. Chair, we have confidence, or I have confidence in the chair and the vice chair, because they've not been allowed to exercise their mandate, and they should be allowed to exercise their mandate. And members of the National Assembly should refrain from defiling the freedom of the National Assembly, the independence of the National Assembly. The three arms of government, as per the Constitution, ought to be independent. Is this how we are going to run business for the next 5 years? That, of course, we know. Sangok, this is not an original motion that comes from the true spirit of a representative of the people. This is crafted elsewhere. We are purely dealing with politics. And it's unfortunate. It's sad.
Chair, point of order.
It is sad.
Point of order.
It is sad. And I say this motion is reckless. It's defiling the independence of this parliament, and is undermining the labor movement, the oversight role that we ought to play diligently and honestly as a committee. And this motion should be dismissed for the sake of harmony. And we sustain our leadership. And I think what we should move to discuss is to consider the agenda for the induction and how to foster acceptable working relationship in this committee, and we invest our minds and apply our minds to the duties that are mandated to this committee. I oppose this motion.
Thank you, Honorable Sossion.
Sossion.
Honorable Omboko, I know you want to put point of order, but I'm trying to minimize many of them.
But you know when I mentioned.
Yeah, you are mentioned.
You're the mover.
You are the mover, Honorable Omboko. Honorable members, order. Can we go to the next member? Well, we go to Honorable.
You brought it.
Honorable Gladys.
I'm Joyce.
Joyce, I'm forgetting her name.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and the Honorable members. My name is Honorable Joyce from Bomet, and a member of this committee. I want to say that I support the motion that is in the floor of the House or in the committee. Reason is because I had said earlier that in term in politics, despite the fact that we are saying that this is a committee and the party issues doesn't come in, I want to say that the party's issues or a committee is the one that drives the agenda of the party. As we are seated here today, I want to say that it is well known, it is within our knowledge that we have the party, the ruling party, and the opposition party. And the ruling party has got the manifestos.
Point of order.
That it's my time.
It's a matter of correction.
It's okay.
If I'm allowed.
So we have the members, and we have the reason why we have the committee is to assist the government in terms of running the manifesto. I want to say this because the members, it is in our knowledge that within this committee, we come from various committees, we come from various parties, and some of the members have a president, others are still looking for a president, and we don't even know their manifestos. So I want to say, since the members, since a committee is to drive the agenda of a committee, it is upon the members to decide. The motion that has been put forward by I'm sorry because I'm trying to hurry. The motion that has been brought forward by the honourable member doesn't have any problem. At the end of the day, we'll have to vote, and voting will still dictate whether we can still give the same members or we can have other members. The issues of discussing us over social medias.
Honorable members, I think I don't need to be too much fair. We go outside of the business. Please let me point for business. Okay.
Chair, let me finish by saying this. That being a chair or a vice chair doesn't block other members from contributing or giving issues pertaining to that particular issue that they want to raise for the entire country. So I want to say that even if they are going to be members of this committee, they still have room. It's just chairing. Why are they so much interested in the issues of chairing and vice chairing? Yeah, they are elected, and that is where we are going. They have still been re-elected, then they can proceed. So I don't see the reason why we should.
We are not here for elections. We are debating a motion.
We are going for an election right now, and that is the only procedure that is remaining. That is the parliament. That is the law.
Honorable Mwari.
Thank you very much, Chair, for this opportunity. From the onset, Chair, may I be clear my stand that I'm going to support this motion. I've had enough that this motion is reckless and unconstitutional. I think Standing Order 193 is very clear on this motion. And it has gone through the parliamentary vetting. That is why we are gathered here today. And we are not asking any member to approve or to legalize this motion for us. This motion is rightly before this committee, Bwana Chair. Bwana Chair, in the current constitutional dispensation, where we have pure presidential system, we appreciate the role of political parties running the house. That is why we have the leader of majority. That is why we have the leader of minority. They are there in the right senses. They are there to represent their political parties. You can't be having leadership of this house from political parties and just come and rubbish it off by telling us other the matters of this house. Chair, there are people who are not president who are still running the matter of this house. We have not raised concern on that. If the president is running the matters of this house, what's wrong with that? The outcome of our process, in a lawmaking process, it must be assented by the president. So what's wrong with that? How unconstitutional is that? Chair, the loyalty and discipline. We've been in politics for long now. I happen to be a youth winger of Jaramogi Oginga those years. We've been in politics for long now. So for those who say there is no connection between the party and politics in parliament, are misleading us. And what is the leadership of our party saying? They are saying they want to be fair and just to the people of Kenya. They want to have regional representation. They want to consider the minorities of Kenya in the leadership of parliament. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? We've been insulted left, right, and center. We've been called names. We were told we were puppets. They have insulted the president. Where's the party discipline? Where's the respect for the institution of presidency? So, my friends, unfortunately, we have the right and the left side of this house. We have the opposition and the government running the business of this house. You have chosen to be where you are and accept the outcome of this process. If you've called us names, that we are puppets, that we are not in our right senses, we are here to prove today that we are not mad. Take this evidence and take it to the bank. Sisi hapana wagonjwa. Chair. The party which we are representing in this house is working to bring on board. Jubilee does not belong to two communities. Jubilee belongs to all Kenyans. That is why His Excellency the President thought to bring on board regional balance. That's why he's thinking to bring on board the minority in the leadership of this house. If that is unconstitutional, I'm hearing for the first time. And this is why I'm supporting this motion. We will put the resolution to vote, and I support the motion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We go to Honorable question.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, National Chair. And thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for everybody, including those who will be voting and those who will be voting for. Mine would be to address ourselves as members of the committee who will be oversighting the government insofar as the workers' concerns are concerned. And I want to humbly appeal to the hearts of this committee that once you come to this committee, you are dealing with workers. Workers come from all regions of Kenya. Workers come from all tribes of Kenya. I'm telling you what workers really require. I'm appealing to your hearts. It's just good leadership that will enhance their poor conditions outside there. The workers whom we want to oversight and do their work into this party or that party. They are who have very little effort in terms of talking to high. Okay, very well. Thank you. Talking on high podiums to even flex their muscles or even their histories of strength and weaknesses. Thank you. They really depend on we to simply oversight and deliver their mandate. And in so doing, whoever we give this position, like we have given the chair, and even today, if we go towards that direction, do not put yourself in a position of strength because you are a minority or you are of a particular party. Let it be a person who can actually look into the plight of the workers outside there. Lastly, Chair, my microphone is slightly faulty. I want to talk was chair, I thought is supreme.
All right, you seem to be having a connection issue, but we'll correct that in a few seconds and go back there. But of course, we've been listening to the discussions with regard to ousting of a number of Jubilee members of parliament who have been touted as rebels. Well, Alfred Keter has been making his case, saying that this is setting a bad precedent in parliament because parliament has the capacity to produce its leaders, and it's wrong to be seated in that particular committee discussing him being ousted out instead of actually going through the induction of how to run the office. So that has been happening. And remember that this is happening across 4 different locations in Parliament, just to bring you up to speed with that. So, of course, we have the first Departmental Committee on Environment and Natural Resources. It's currently holding that meeting in the main chamber, County Hall. And the agenda, that one is a vote of no confidence in the vice chairperson, who's Honorable David K. Bowen. We also have another committee doing the same thing, and this one, the Agricultural Committee in the National Assembly, is also holding a similar meeting, and this one, the agenda is a vote of no confidence in the chair and the vice chair. And of course, the other one is the Labour and Social Welfare Committee in the National Assembly, which is meeting today, and the agenda, just like I mentioned in the other instances, is a vote of no confidence for the chair and vice chair. Quite a number of members of parliament who've been able to speak there. And we'll cross over back to that committee and just continue listening in. They are yet to vote, but of course, Alfred Keter, they are trying to defend himself from that vote of no confidence. So we'll cross over there, continue to follow through with what's happening, and I will leave you with my colleague Lofty Matambo, who's going to be coming in and taking over in Kiswahili with Leo Mashinani. Goodbye.